Hey guys, we have a great episode for you today. We talk all about our trip to Japan, going to the game, all of our experiences, food, culture, tea ceremony, coming right up. And this episode is presented by Legends Attic. They have some amazing events coming up that we'll be at. First one right when we get back with Kirby Yates, then one with Joe Kelly. So make sure to check out their website and their Instagram for all fun stuff going on. And now to the episode. I love all of our players. Freddie, nice guy.
Look, the crack of that bat. Nothing more beautiful than that.
Baseball is such an important part of our family.
That's the beautiful game of baseball right there. You win some, you truly lose some.
I just want somebody to talk Dodgers to me. Welcome back to Talk Dodgers to Me. I am Melissa Meyer and here with
Allie Parker
and
Jacqueline Ruiz.
And this is a very special episode as we are recording from Tokyo.
Woo! We're in Tokyo.
Right across from the Tokyo Dome where we saw our boys play, and we're going to tell you all about it.
It's been a great trip, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Should we get into it?
Yep. Well, let's start from the beginning and catch everyone up on all we've packed into these days. Because, yes, it seems like it's gone by really quick, but it also feels like we've been here forever.
Yeah. We've done so much. I mean, let's go back to day one. What did we do day one? Well, day one, technically, the day we got here late. So we all just kind of like got in, rested.
Well, I'm even thinking about even preparing for the trip and thinking about what we wanted to wear. We've experienced the craziest weather since we've been here.
Yeah, rain.
Every type of forecast.
It was snowing yesterday.
And then it was sunny a few hours
Yeah, then
later.
it was beautiful. Yeah.
It was
like
downpouring.
a California day after it rains and then all of a sudden it's beautiful, but it was like downpour snow.
Yes, downpour, massive flakes of snow.
They were really big.
They were so big. We've had rain 2 days. We've had a beautiful sunny day. We've literally gotten the whole gambit of...
But we didn't let it stop us.
No.
We explored
we
the
were
city.
singing in the rain,
And
twirling in the
my
rain.
you guys did it in style, too.
Yeah, we had some
Deep
pretty good
style.
fits.
Some
Mhm.
great
But it's so
outfits going
easy
on.
here to lean into it. It's like
I'm so inspired by the
Mhm.
fashion here. Even going back to packing and
Mhm.
looking up Tokyo street style and being inspired by colors and even, bringing out the pink because of the cherry blossom season.
Yeah.
That's been such a theme for this Tokyo series.
Mhm.
yeah.
And you see it with the hats and the jerseys that they've
Mhm.
added that too. And similar with this lovely thing
Mhm.
made by Jacqueline, as well as
These
all
tees.
of these tees.
Yep.
So,
Lots of fun things in store this season,
Yeah, absolutely.
outfit-wise.
I know, it's so exciting. I'm like very much in a pinch me moment. But yeah, hard work pays off and it's beautiful. It's been beautiful to be here and to be in a different country and surrounded by fans just makes it weirdly feel like home.
I know.
But you're in a different it's just been so surreal and very emotional, very touching.
There's been so many pinch me moments. Everything. I mean, going to the airport.
I've cried
everything
twice
we've
already.
done.
Yeah.
Walking into, the Tokyo Dome the other day.
Yeah.
that was one of those cry moments.
We've definitely been really grateful to have this experience. But
Mhm.
okay, we keep trying to go back, so let's go back.
Yeah.
You had a cool experience at the airport.
Oh, I did. Oh, how could I forget? So I took a separate plane from the three of these lovely humans, and it just so happened that as I was boarding my plane or about to board my plane, I went up to take a picture of the Tokyo sign, as we all have to, and ran into Andre Ethier and his lovely wife, Maggie, and just had a wonderful little 10-minute conversation with them. It was very, just organic, and we chatted about the trip and what we were excited for and the team. And a bunch of people came up to obviously take photos with him. And then just as I was about to leave, I went to take a photo, and he was like, "Let me grab one with you." And I was just like, well, that would be
That's awesome.
wonderful. And yeah, he was awesome. Him and Maggie, they also went to one of the games, and then they were going to explore. So that was pretty cool. That was a pinch me moment because I was
Yeah.
like, I immediately knew, and I tried to, obviously I'm like, I don't want to make it like weird or awkward, but I immediately was like, that's Andre Ethier.
What a way to
That's
start
really
off
awesome.
a trip. Like,
I
what
know,
a way.
right?
Yeah. Like,
So when you were meeting Andre Ethier, and
Mhm.
he's now following the pod, guys.
Yeah.
We were
Thank you,
making
Andre.
friends with Dodger fans at the
Oh my
airport,
gosh.
handing out the cards.
Yeah.
And that was so cool. Just Dodger fans everywhere.
Yeah.
Everyone's so excited to go to Tokyo. Our plane was filled with fans. As soon
Yeah.
as we landed, we heard
Same.
a "Let's go Dodgers."
I
and
know.
just everyone's so hyped about it.
Mhm.
and it's not even just Americans that are here that are Dodger fans.
Yeah.
The culture here is just the way they've rallied behind
Mhm.
their boys, and they're just so proud of them. And
Shohei is everywhere.
everywhere.
He is on
They-
every billboard. He makes spaghetti. He has a skincare line. He's sponsored by a watch company.
Green
he is
tea?
everywhere.
He is the president of Japan. I'm sorry, no offense to the actual president of Japan, whoever you are, but your new name should be Shohei Ohtani. And they love him. Every person in Japan who we have come across, and we've always been wearing something Dodger related, even if it
Mhm.
was just our bags, and they're like, Ohtani, and we're like,
Mhm.
yes, like everyone loves this guy. Everyone knows who
Yep.
he is. Like,
It's
We
really
learned
hard
how to
not
say
to.
"Go Dodgers."
well, we think we
Gonbare
did.
Dojaju.
We think we know how to say
I
it.
love it. We've just been saying Dojaju everywhere. But when
We
we say that
apologize
to
if that is
people,
incorrect.
when we
Please
say
let us
that,
know.
they are just like Shohei.
Yeah, that's pretty much like all they say. Once
They're like,
once it
"Dodgers!"
clicks.
But
Yeah.
everyone is in a Dodger hat.
Mm-hmm.
And I do point out every Cubs fan to Adam, and then
Yeah.
he gets mad.
And Adam kindly reminds us that, like, hey, we have fans too, and they're also here playing a game.
There have been a lot, but
There have been a lot, but definitely
a lot of Dodger hats on the people that live here as
Yes.
well. It's really cool to experience the baseball culture here.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I don't want to get ahead of myself because I feel like we need to talk about some of the stuff that we did, but man, I cannot wait to talk about the experience of being in that
Okay, we're
stadium.
not there yet. Let's go back to
Ugh.
day one.
Speaking of the culture. Day one.
Day
Well,
one,
I think we jumped in and really explored the city that
Mhm.
We
day.
did.
we put on our trench coats,
Mm-hmm.
we got our umbrellas,
Mm-hmm.
and we had a
Yeah.
grand old time in the rain.
And everyone has a clear umbrella. You get them from 7-Eleven.
Mhm.
God bless.
Adam got us. Adam has been a great leader this whole trip.
He has.
really has
been.
been.
He's been like the dad on a
Leader,
field trip.
producer, managing us, directing us,
Content creator.
Mhm.
photographer, videographer, all the things. What do you have to say for
How many more
yourself back
titles can
there?
we give him?
And he's got cool headphones and his own microphone now.
And he bought himself an actual piece of clothing. He got a
He's
really
wearing
cool
a cool
jacket.
Mhm.
I'm not going to say anything. So
Why?
you guys can keep talking about me.
What?
You want me to keep talking about you? I could talk about last night.
Oh, Adam was in rare form last night, guys.
Guys.
Oh, just so you
Ooh,
know, this is the
so
day
fun.
after game 2, and we went to one of the Pantone watch parties and had 5 drink tickets each. So we're feeling it, but we are powering through.
Well, there's 5 drink tickets each, in which I gave mine away. So I don't
So
know. You guys are
we have-
doing real well. I'm proud of you right now. I'm
feel
like,
great.
I'm actually I'm like deeply impressed actually, because I would be laying on the floor had I taken my 5 drink
Well, I
tickets.
appreciate pumping us up.
Yeah.
I'm just trying. Masking
You're
the pain.
doing great. You're doing great.
Okay, so singing
day
in the
one.
rain,
We
twirling,
went- yeah. We went-
umbrellas. We ran into David Vassay.
We did.
He came, friend of the pod. He came on last season. I only got to meet him through Zoom, so it was really nice to just have a moment and say hi and meet him in person. And then we saw that he was off to sumo wrestle with Kershaw and the Dodgers.
And didn't invite us. David, come on.
How did he not lead with that?
Yeah.
Well, he said he was going
because
to
he's
the,
a diplomat and he's, you know.
he said he was going to the Top store.
Mm.
Because I think Mookie was having a signing. Did he do it? Poor Mookie. We're
Yeah,
we're
poor
sending our best to
Mookie.
Mookie.
yeah.
Mookie, please feel better.
I've been really worried about
Gain
him.
back those 15 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I really
and
have
getting
been.
sick is the worst. And getting sick when you're in like another country or someplace else that's not your own home where you can
Yeah.
just, lay down and
Really hope he's okay.
rest.
Mookie, we love you. We're thinking of you.
Yeah.
Hoping you're home and feeling better.
And Freddie?
He's posting, so I'm hoping that
Yeah.
that's a
Yeah,
good
the
sign.
post made me feel better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Freddie too.
Yeah,
Freddie's got some left rib discomfort that he felt, although I'm hoping it's mostly precautionary because he said he's about 75%, and it was just kind of, he felt a twing, and it was like, well, is it worth it
Yeah. The
to
Kike coming
play
through.
this game right now and not, risk the rest of the season? I think it was a wise decision, even though sad to not get to see him, but not mad about getting to see Kike.
Kike's been great.
Kike, baby.
First
Yeah.
homer.
First
First
homer.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
bravo.
We'll get there.
That was last night. That wasn't even game one.
I know. I
Anywho,
know.
okay, we're getting ahead of
Okay.
ourselves.
So we explored.
Yeah, we went
what
to
area?
Shinjuku area.
Mhm.
We had some fun shopping.
Ooh,
you
yeah,
got to
the
you got a
shopping.
really cool
Guys,
experience.
I can't wait to show you all my new outfits.
She got some great new outfits. You got firsthand experience of just like the slowness, or not the slowness, just the intentionality of the culture and
Mhm.
how they choose to, do things and go about things. They're very mindful about taking their time when they're doing something that is like of importance and of value. And that's in so many ways. But you got to experience that even on the simplest level of
Trying
buying a
something on.
dress and trying something on.
It really does make you think about our culture
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
how fast paced we are. And even going back to the last episode where we were talking about
Mm.
baseball and people complaining about how long it is, but we happen to
Mhm.
really enjoy that. And going to a store, trying something on, in America, we want to get in and get out, and people are rushing and you're waiting. But here, they're really giving you your time. They're making you feel like you're not rushed at all.
Yeah.
I didn't love it because I had to wait a while to try something on. But when it's your turn, that's what you want.
Mm-hmm.
You want to try things on and have people help you. And then even the way that they wrapped things and folded it so precisely. And in the tissue paper, and then putting it in the bag. Whoops, sorry. And handing it to me, and even the pen and signing. Everything was just like had its own little moment. I really enjoyed that part.
I feel like we as Americans could take a lesson out of their playbook.
I think we all need to slow down a little bit.
just like take a few breaths, be present with each moment that you're in, and have that awareness of it doesn't need to always be go, go, go. And
I
rush,
think
rush,
what
rush.
it is just respect.
Yeah.
It's like really just comes down to that. It's like nothing more than them just respecting that we are there buying a product, and that's just
and how
yeah.
grateful they
They're so
are that we're
grateful.
purchasing something from their store. Even yesterday, the amazing woman we met who designed the clothes that we bought was so happy and grateful that we were buying her pieces. She even came outside after to thank us.
yeah.
And
Thank you for spending your time with me.
Mhm.
And I'm like,
It's like your time, it's your money.
Yeah.
It's like they're so grateful and they're so respectful to what you like. As you said, it's like embedded in their culture, and it oozes in everything they do, and it's so beautiful. Like that part even just like makes me emotional.
their respect for the streets.
Mm.
We
my
heard so much
gosh.
about how clean it is here and how there's no garbage cans. We can tell you,
There's not.
there's
no.
not. Finding a
garbage
garbage can.
If you have trash, you will hold it, you will
Yeah.
carry it, you will bring it back to your home, and you will throw it away.
But it's a
Yeah.
beautiful thing for them to have so much respect
Love.
for where they live and their country. And I wish that we were more like that.
And can we just talk about my favorite thing
What?
that
food,
well, yes.
protein,
Second,
vegetables.
the toilets,
Oh
guys.
man.
Oh
They
my
have,
gosh.
I mean, they have the greatest toilets
Ever.
ever.
Every
And
toilet is heated.
I can't leave Japan strictly because of the toilets. Like, I need a warm toilet seat every time I go to the bathroom from now on. And it's not even just where you think it would be of like your home or a hotel. It's the random bathroom on the street that you go in
Before you enter the park.
before you enter the park. That is it's a warm toilet seat.
So
has
clean.
a bidet. It is the cleanest thing ever. There's no trash. It doesn't smell bad. And there's not custodians that are like right there making everything great. It's just, once again, it goes back to the respect that the people have for their culture, for the place that they live in. And I'm sure someone does like come around and like clean things, but I am so blown away and impressed. And every time I go to the bathroom, I'm like, I might just stay here for a little bit and enjoy.
I know. Even the floors. Like, we're walking outside, it's muddy and raining, but you go in and the floors are even spotless. It's just like, yeah.
It's just beautiful everywhere. The first day was even beautiful. The little alleys we're walking in.
I know. There's so much character.
Cute.
I want to take a picture of everything, and we did.
Yeah, we did.
Tons and tons of pictures, tons of videos. It's really been amazing.
Multiple of the same photo because we can't not.
I know. I stopped. I'm like, just share it to the album.
That first alley that we revisited for a second time that we got to see without all the rain.
How do we say it? Omikido? I don't know how to butcher it.
I don't even know what you're trying
I
to
can
say.
remember seeing the name, but I can't.
Well,
pronounce
actually, let's
it.
go back to our first breakfast.
Oh, yes. So
We had a traditional Japanese breakfast
We
on
chose level
our first
4.
day. Yeah. The third floor is the American/Japanese breakfast. You can choose. They have
continental, a little bit of everything.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Their version of scrambled eggs come in like a tiny little cup. Yeah. What else?
I mean, all the miso soup you could ever want, which I did have every day. But yeah, for our first breakfast, we chose the traditional Japanese breakfast because we wanted to have that experience. And I mean, I personally loved it. I thought it was delightful. But it was really funny texting Adam, and we're like, we're going to have fish and pickles for breakfast.
But it's also all the food is so clean, and it might look a little crazy to us, but
yeah,
it's really cool to try, and we've been trying everything.
We have. That is
We really
that
have.
was part of my mission here, was to eat everything and take us everywhere. Whether they all wanted it or not, I was like, we're going to try this and we're going to try this. But it's been such a cool experience to get to do that, to get to, when I'm in a new place, and especially a place that like we've longed to come for quite a while and talked about, to get to, I want to experience all the things that they would like eat and do, and like their normal routine. It's
Absolutely.
been really fun to kind of try to settle into and experience.
Don't you feel a little closer to Shohei now?
Deeply. I feel like we could be
I
BFFs.
feel like I just understand.
Totally, that's exactly what
I
I was
don't know.
thinking.
I'm like,
Yeah.
man, you stand out so much in the States because he's so respectful, but it's like you come here and it's like, oh, everybody is this way?
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
And I bet for his teammates, he is going to feel even closer to them now because they're experiencing where he's from. And even the players only dinner that Shohei Yamamoto and Roki hosted for them.
Did you see that fish?
That fish was
Oh my
huge.
gosh.
It was
Huge fish.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wish we could have been a fly on that wall.
Oh, seriously. Also, did we deduce whether or not Freddie has ever actually had sushi before or not?
I would imagine so. He must
I
have
would
been
think
trying
so.
something new.
I think it was the urchin.
Oh, okay. So that must have been something he's never
And then
had. I was
Kike
like,
hiding in the back, heckling him.
Kike was having a great time
He looked like he was
on this trip.
thriving.
He
Thriving.
full on.
He said this was the first time his daughter saw snow.
Really?
I watched a little clip of him, and he said he was talking about the experience and how amazing it's been for him to be a teammate of Shohei Yamamoto and Roki, but then also the aspect of watching it through his daughter's eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really
And
beautiful.
how cool that is for him as a dad.
Speaking about great fits, well done, Mariana.
Mariana, you're
because
awesome.
You dressed that girl in the cutest outfits, so bravo.
So cute.
And
And
come dress me if
her
you'd
too.
like.
She has great style.
I know. Deeply. Well, but that's, going back to your point of getting to have this experience with like all of the team being here and all the teammates seeing Roki and Yoshi and Shohei's culture firsthand, and really getting to experience that through their eyes and in those ways, it has to bring them closer. Like, it's going to
Absolutely.
be such a sweet thing for them to all go back and be like, oh, we just like how we understand them a bit more, just seeing their culture and seeing their respect.
Well,
that's
just
given.
think about it from
It's
like
got to be so
when you meet
nice.
your boyfriend's family or something like that, and
You see how they're
where they're
raised
from, and you understand them more. So for our whole team to start the season this way.
Yeah.
I think it's
And
pretty
with
incredible.
2 wins,
Oh, and
2-0.
the first home run of the 2025 season came from number 25. I think that's pretty cool. Tommy Edman.
That is
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
And it's in 25. I love that. We love to find little tidbits that all correlate back. And also how serendipitous that the first hit in the first game was Shohei.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're getting there.
Okay,
We're getting to the game.
Backing up though.
So,
So
what?
day 1, we had some good shopping experience. We ate some delightful, in my opinion, ramen that
Oh,
we
yes.
found. It was such a cold day, guys, because it was raining and we're wet, but we're having a great time.
But like you could not wipe the smile off our faces. And we were all prepared for the weather.
were.
So we weren't like complaining or cold or anything like that. And so even walking the streets, you know, we're just grinning ear to ear.
I know.
Yeah.
Having so much fun. You found a little hole in the wall ramen
Found a
place,
hole in the wall ramen spot.
which was perfect.
And you order from a little like vending machine thing, and you
It's all
take
been
it
a bit
in
confusing.
and give it in. I mean, we were trying to figure out how to, translate Japanese in that moment, but it worked out great.
Yeah.
a lot of Google Translate.
A lot of Google Translate.
Very helpful. Also, a lot of Google Yen Translate too, which you think at this point we would be masters of, and yet we still keep having to check that conversion.
Well, you can use your card in so many
True,
places.
which is nice.
Also,
Yeah.
their yen is beautiful.
Yeah.
The
It's
coins are beautiful.
gorgeous.
I want to frame it.
Adam keeps making me take a coin and make a necklace. And I was like, I want to spend it. He's like, no, you have to keep that for a necklace.
Oh, the one with the hole in it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
Mm-hmm. That's
That'd
a good
be
idea. Wow.
I'm artsy.
He's like, that's
Feeling
the
it
jewelry I would like to wear, please.
Yeah, feeling it
Can
with
I
his
have
new
one?
jacket.
But yeah, so that would be a fun idea. Look,
Ooh.
Adam would maybe wear some jewelry if
Would you wear it, Adam?
That's a good question.
Are you a necklace guy?
Not really, but I don't know. I think I prefer it on someone else, but I think it's a cool idea.
Okay. So
But
we
yeah,
had
so we had great
ramen.
ramen.
We had a really good, that bite of Wagyu might have been one of my favorite bites
Y'all.
we've had.
Best piece of meat. Oh,
And it was fun
Of this
making
whole trip.
friends there.
it was. We were walking down this really cool alleyway. I cannot remember the name because I will butcher it, but it starts with an O. It's like OMICH something. Someone can fill in the blanks there. But we walked down this little alleyway, adorable little thing, and it has a bunch of different little vendors and like food stalls. And we get to the end and just ended up in conversation with these few folks that were out here for work.
From San Francisco.
From San Francisco. They were pilots, I think. And yeah, ended up being like, I need a steak. And we got you a beer because you needed to get food and a drink. And I was like,
They do
great,
force things
steak.
on you, we've learned.
They do. They do.
Yeah.
Which takes us to the snow beer place.
Yes.
Yeah.
So after we did a little shopping and walking around and had the Wagyu, made friends. Oh, remember the chef there?
Yes.
He loved us.
He was so sweet.
Jacqueline put together a little Japanese kind of explanation of what we were here for and that we were doing a podcast. So it was easy to just kind of show people. And they read it real quick and they're like, oh, podcast.
Yeah.
And we obviously have our bags that we're bringing everywhere, which is a great conversation starter. And they're just so cute.
They're
Great for the
adorable.
rain too.
Yes,
Honestly.
honestly,
I know.
perfect for the rain because you're back. You don't have to worry about anything getting ruined. 'Cause
Shout
it's-
out Liz and our Japanese bags.
Your sporty
Yeah.
bag.
Mm-hmm. So that's been awesome.
And then
Everyone
we came across the snow beer place.
Yes.
And you guys were like, must have.
It just was calling our name.
It was just time to sit down and kind of recap what we'd done and
Yeah.
just kind of have a little bit of a moment
We had
for
walked,
each other.
yes,
Yeah.
like 15,000 steps at that point.
Yeah.
And the plan was to go to like a like Shibu spot for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And we were just like, well, let's just start it off. This is like 3:00 at midday-ish. And like, let's go get this snow beer and a sake for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then it turned into Adam eating 4 pastas.
Well, we learned that maybe the culture here is not like you go to a bar and sit and have a drink. Here, you have to eat with your drinks. So he came over with his little translator and said, you kind of have to eat this. And so they served us 4 little
It's like a macaroni
bowls
salad.
of macaroni salad.
Mm-hmm.
And we had been trying food all day, so we actually weren't really hungry.
Yeah.
But Adam ate them all for us.
Adam being a very gracious human.
And they said we had to order 2 things. So we
got some
ordered
desserts.
2 desserts that were really good. And the snow beer was really cool
It was really
and
cool.
delicious.
Uh-huh.
You had a little spoon on the end of your
I know,
straw.
I know. And it melted in and didn't water down the beer.
I swear I think that the snow part is just like frozen beer that they then like do shaved ice vibes on with
Yeah,
it.
maybe.
Has to be.
Yeah, it was really good. And then we did a little more walking. We tried to go to a park, but it was closed.
Sad. But we went back.
We did
We
go
did
back.
go back.
And it was well worth it.
But then we tried the strawberry
Gorgeous.
fetish.
Guys, we found the strawberry fetish. It's essentially candied strawberries on a stick. And you would think that it would be incredibly overtly sweet and like, oh God, okay, 1 bite and I'm good, I'm done. I could have a whole other stick to myself. I'm very impressed. And this isn't just Japanese, culture, but I've experienced this a lot with just traveling around the world. Other places, sweets are not overtly too sweet. Like you can actually eat a whole thing and be like, oh, I'm okay now. But one thing that is particular to Japanese culture, I've never had a better strawberry in my entire life.
Oh my
I need to
gosh,
know
yep.
what they do. If anyone listening has an explanation for why the strawberries here are, superb compared to every other strawberry I've ever had in my entire life.
It just feels cleaner. All the food feels
Yes.
cleaner. We have so much additives and color and
Yes.
like all that in our food that we eat. I just feel everything is very clean.
It was
the
so
strawberry,
light.
delicious.
And it just like bursted with flavor in your mouth, and it was very juicy, but it wasn't watery. And even the candy coating on the outside was just like a nice little crunch, a touch of sweetness. Like I could go on forever. But yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah,
And then
that
you got
was-
this potato on a stick thing.
I saw our Dodgers eating it, so I wanted to try it. It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that street was very interesting.
That was a really cool street.
really cool street. I saw an otter
I was gonna say we saw otters. And,
Yeah.
And piglets.
and piglets. Yeah, I mean, you see an otter and you want to like touch it, but then I'm like, I don't know. It just made me kind of sad.
I think what stood out to me the most on that first day was just I was really inspired by the way everyone dressed and really unique pieces and just embracing who they are and what they want to wear. And I want to take that into, I think I do, but take that into my daily life more.
Yeah. It's like the funkier, the better.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
It's so fun. And it's like, it just goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to be more bold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My sister did help me put together outfits before the trip, so I really did appreciate that.
Yeah.
And adding,
Sam's got great style, so.
I need a little help with that. Okay, let's go to the next day. Oh,
Well-
but we were so tired.
We were so tired that we didn't even really do dinner. We just like
No.
kind of came back and
Or was that the day we went upstairs?
oh wait, no, it's true.
Yeah.
We went and got sushi at the hotel. Guys, you think you're gonna eat at a hotel and you're like, okay, we'll see what's gonna happen. We went and had the most beautiful sit-down sushi experience in our hotel.
In sweatpants.
In sweatpants. But everything felt once again so intentional. So like everything is placed one at a time. Everything is beautiful.
The most beautiful server
Oh,
and
yes.
her in her kimono and
Gorgeous.
We'll
I
talk about our
remember-
kimono experience, but like her posture.
Yeah, her posture.
And how they wear the bows in
Give
the
me down
back.
that corset life. I'm
I
here.
know. It's funny though, because when we went up to that restaurant, they made it seem like they were closing in like 15 minutes and wanted to make sure that they let us know, but they were actually closing in 2 hours.
Yes.
And I was like, I think we could do this in 2 hours, but I think that just goes back to their respect of not wanting to ever make someone feel rushed.
Yep.
And that was an interesting moment.
Yeah, they're like,
Totally,
we're gonna
yeah.
give you this full 2 hours to eat your meal, and they're like, we need
You're
to
like,
make
is
sure
that
you
okay?
have enough time.
Yeah. And I was like, wow. Yeah.
Which I love. And then of course every single day, but the whole first day, we're seeing Dodger fans out and about, and we're just like constantly
Go
saying,
Dodgers, go Dodgers, go Dodgers, everyone. And it just
Yeah.
was like that familiarity really has made it feel so homey and just like
Yeah.
these are our people. Our people are everywhere, and we all just
Yeah.
have this thing in common that we love, and it just is an instant smile and connection with people, whether they came from the U.S. or they live here. It's really cool. I've loved that so much.
And so many fans who came here without tickets to the game. They just came here to be here in this city, experiencing this city alongside the Dodgers, and to watch the game just wherever, whether they got a ticket to Pantone or a ticket to the game. They're just excited to be here and to
I was coming here without a
I feel like
ticket.
I'm gonna cry.
which that's a great story.
Yeah, that is
we're
a
gonna
great
have to
story.
talk
Oh
about.
my
Which-
gosh.
What day was that you found that out? Was it day 2 or 3?
No, it was
The night
that it
before.
came
well,
through.
the night before. That when it came through,
Was that our day 1 or day 2? Because the game was
it was
day
the
3.
day before the game.
Okay, so
so
it's
day
day 2.
2.
So, well, let's move into day 2 then, because
Yeah.
I feel like we
Well-
tapped out day 1.
Well, we had talked like a million times the day before we left about packing and stuff like that. And I think we were getting ready to go to bed, and you called me and you're like, I might have gotten a ticket.
Yeah. Well, I called you.
So crazy.
I called you and you didn't answer the first time, and so I called Adam. Did I call you or did I text you?
You called me.
Yeah, I had to. I knew I was going to see the inside of that stadium, and I didn't know how. I mean, the most sought after ticket, you know, and I don't know. I just kept thinking, I know I'm going to see the inside of that stadium. And I was at dinner the night before with my family, and the guy across the way overheard me, Mike. Thank you so much, Mike. And he's like, are you going to Tokyo for the Dodger series? And I was like, I am. And I started talking about the podcast and everything and how it all kind of transpired. I was like, I don't have a ticket, but I'm not giving up hope. And he looked at me and he's like, I think I have an extra ticket. I instantly was just like,
Goosebumps.
I looked at my parents. My dad got emotional. I'm going to get emotional.
I know.
Yeah. And I was like, how much? Like, I was ready to call Adam and be like, how much are we throwing down? Like, what's the like? And yeah. And he goes, no, I wouldn't charge you. He goes, let me just make sure it's available. And we exchanged emails. And then while I was here, I got the email. And yeah, it was beautiful. I wasn't able to meet up with him at the game. We tried, but yeah, I got in. It was beautiful.
It really was.
Yeah.
So perfect.
And even just like walking around and talking to people about the podcast, I appreciate everyone being so excited for us.
Yeah.
And every time we talk about it, they're like, oh my gosh, you started a podcast and you're going to Tokyo. Like, that means everything. And I just appreciate our fans, the people in our lives supporting us. This has been so cool. So cool. And full of emotion.
Sorry, guys. We're like black asleep. They're like overstimulated. Like we're just like,
But it really,
I swear
it
we're
really
happy.
has.
well, no, it really is. It's a dream come true.
Well, now we're talking about it all, so
be
it's just
here.
like,
Yeah.
wow,
Well, and,
we're
like,
here.
Yeah.
We're in Tokyo.
Well, and like to be, and I know you always had the utmost faith, and we always, talked about it last season, but like to actually 1 year in,
I know.
to be here and to get to be a part of this, like this is an experience I'll never forget. Okay, we have to stop crying. This is like, this is not this podcast, but no, truly. And I think even, and I've told both of you, or actually all three of you probably at different times, like this just like means so much to me, and even like such a deeper way, like just having, yes, it was only one season, but having like built this little thing with you, and to get to be here and experience this. And it's not my last hurrah, but it is gonna look different after this. And so like
it's a cool way to take a step
Yeah.
back in whatever it is and how, it's a good, it's
Yeah.
almost like,
so it's
a
like
gift.
emotional in so many levels.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
like
like a
oh my
full
God,
circle
to be here,
moment.
the experience of this, and to also know the meaning behind like this moment. And
It's like a full
Yeah.
circle for us,
yeah.
and bringing someone else in and to experience it together with us three, walking the streets and twirling and laughing. I feel so proud.
yeah.
You should.
And for me too, it's like I started this journey, I have my brand with Soul Boutique, and I have so many supporters in that, and I'm excited to see the stuff that is coming, and then to also
Stuff
kind
that
of
is coming.
I know. But to be able to join in on this in such a deeper energy with, it just feels so kismet. I don't know. I don't have the words quite yet, but all of it together is just, it's just fun.
And shout out Adam. We couldn't have done it without you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Move on to day 2.
Oh God, we're only at day 2.
You've
We
been
were on
circling
such a
around it for
high
like
that
an
first
hour.
day that I think we
Guys,
forgot that like
we did.
we were really tired. Also, how was the plane experience with us?
Oh.
It was fine. You guys
With me.
melatonin. It worked for like stretches, so it was fine.
I at one point was helping.
Are you not
work.
a good flyer?
I've never been on a flight that long.
Okay.
We were in coach seats, very squished together. Adam was in between us. I got up a lot, tried to sleep, couldn't, didn't know what to do.
You took the middle seat? That's very kind
Slept
of you.
on his shoulder. Thank God for that. The spray we kept spraying in our faces just for, I don't know, a
Well,
little pick-me-up.
hydration. Yeah. Well,
That-
also you
that
get
was the
very,
lifesaver.
Look, you get very dry on planes. You have to drink a lot of water and you have to moisturize and hydrate. It's an important.
Well, that spray helped because all we drank was wine.
We did drink a lot of wine.
I'm like, Melissa comes back from the back. I was like, where have you been? She's like, I don't know. I was back there.
Chatting away.
Yeah, I offered to help.
I started
Did you need a
recycling.
break?
I was helping them like sort out the recyclables at one point. But you know, I just love talking to everyone, and that's really fun.
Okay,
day
day
two.
two.
Day 2.
What did we do? Day 2?
We went
Kyoto.
to
Oh,
Kyoto.
We went to Kyoto. We took the bullet train.
the bullet train.
And somehow missed Clayton Kershaw and his family.
Bane of my
Where
existence.
were they? I
Well,
can't
they
believe
were,
it.
they were, yeah.
They were
were at the-
everywhere.
I'm waiting
we
for
were
a
just
comment
not-
from Adam about Kirsch.
Well, we were everywhere they were, just not at the exact same time, unfortunately.
So the bullet train, instead of a 6-hour train ride, it took 2 hours. So we
Yep.
got to experience Kyoto, which was beautiful.
Oh, it's definitely more traditional, less of a city.
Mm-hmm.
So beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Must
so
go back.
peaceful.
So much we didn't get to see because we just went for the one day, but the parts we did was just really
Our first stop
breathtaking.
was the Golden Temple, which was really cool. It did start raining,
Yep.
so we were getting wet. But again, couldn't wipe that smile off our faces
Right. We
because
threw
No.
coins,
we're in
we
Japan.
made wishes.
We did.
We did.
Drank gold flaked every beverage possible.
Matcha, sake, plum wine, like everything is gold flaked.
Yeah.
Mhm. Got some souvenirs.
Yeah.
Wished for a repeat.
Repeat, baby.
Then we went to a bamboo forest.
Oh my gosh, that was
Okay, that was like
like
jaw-droppingly
spiritual.
beautiful, spiritual. Again, we're crying.
Mhm.
yeah. That was first.
So
those were
many
the first
people
tears that
in
were
their
shed.
kimonos, and
Mhm.
there must have there's some obviously cultural significance of the spot right after the bamboo forest, which I don't even know the name of, but it's like people go and they like write the things and they
Mhm.
you know you show your appreciation, you do the bows and you ring the bell, and that was just
And you could tell it's a very
That's
traditional thing for them because it wasn't even anything I saw Americans lined up to
No.
do. It was so obvious that it was something that they were there to do that. But they were so cute dressed up and they were all so ready to take pictures with everybody. And I just felt like
They
that's
were
so
warm.
cute that they're, because you want to be respectful and you don't want it to be like, I'm on vacation. Can I take a picture with you? Because you're in
Yeah.
like your whole getup. But they loved it.
Mhm.
They really loved
they
it.
were very excited to hear we were from Los Angeles.
Yes. Yes.
Everything is Ohtani.
They're like, California.
Yep.
I was like, yeah.
Yeah,
That was
that's
really,
kinda cool.
really cool experience. I wrote a little wish for myself and my loved ones.
Yeah.
And what was up next, guys? We
Then
probably ate.
We
I'm
went
guessing.
ate. Yeah, we went to the.
Trying to
we went
remember.
the,
I know.
Nishi market.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. I don't know if that's how you say it, but I
Oh,
think
that was
And then
good.
we were just trying this and that,
Oh, yeah.
and
we had soybean tea.
oh yes,
We got
Mhm.
pulled in and drank some soybean tea,
which
We
was
had-
surprisingly delicious.
Yeah, I was like, I'm here for this.
We had. I tried shrimp tempura. We had
tempura.
some meat. We had a lot of sushi.
I had a like wagyu croquette thing. We
Yeah.
had sushi,
Walked
sweet
around.
potato chips, great strawberries again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, and
They
you
never-
got like the
Well, so I had
two
got,
different flavors.
I
or-
had two different ones. Well, they had white strawberries. They had these beautiful pink strawberries, and then they had the traditional red ones. And so I got a pink and a red, and I was just like, okay. So good.
Mhm.
And they actually had slightly different flavor palettes, which I was just like, this is the coolest thing.
And then we went to a traditional
Did a little
matcha
shopping?
place.
Oh, yes. Well, you
Yeah.
guys got some like fun little things
Yeah, I got
at
some
this
fun
market.
things. Yeah, my ear cuff.
I can't even
Yeah.
remember.
I know.
Yeah, you got a beautiful cherry blossom ear cuff
Oh yeah.
that you then wore to the game.
I did.
And then we went to a traditional like tea place and we sat down. We had our teas. Okay, well these two
And the matcha
heathens
cake.
had black tea, which is fine. It's still tea. It's good, but
She was very upset
We
that
got-
I had black tea. I'm like, I'm sorry. Like Adam and I were like, we weren't even supposed to be here. Let us just enjoy our black tea.
but they didn't even get the like the. Well, I guess you got a little wafer thing, but Melissa and I went the traditional route. She got sencha green tea, and I got jinmai chi or jinmai cha.
And we had matcha cake.
we had matcha
which was
cake
really good.
roll cake, which was delightful.
And then we
And
headed
you just,
back.
and once again, you do it slow. Like we think of like, oh, let's grab a coffee, let's grab a tea. You grab it and you go, and you could get it to go, but there you go in, and they're like, okay, you sit down and you get. It's called you get like tea and sweets. It's a very
But it was interesting.
Cultural
If
thing
you
here.
wanted ice cream, you only were able to sit at the front of the restaurant in like a booth.
yes,
Yeah, you.
They need more hours in the day.
I don't.
If
I'm
they,
amazed. At
you
how
know,
Yeah.
it's
do it all.
crazy. It's just think about it. You go in for a matcha, and usually you're just out the
Yeah.
door. There, you're sitting. You're taking it all in. You're enjoying your
Yes.
matcha.
So what's interesting to me though is like as intentional as they are and slow as they are with certain things that they choose to do, they're also incredibly efficient. Like every little, even the like smallest things, their designs of certain things. We went up an escalator that we thought was off, and then you walk to it, and it turns on. You're like,
Yeah.
well, that's brilliant. You're not wasting energy when there's not a ton of people.
Yeah, it was
going
like a
up this
sensor.
thing.
Was it? Yeah.
And even like the cup holders at the stadium, like they're so smart and efficient about everything. So I want to like be like, how do you do everything in a day? But also then I see their efficiency and I'm like, it kind of does make sense. I need to learn a lot of lessons.
And then by the time we got back on the train, we were all passed out and exhausted. I don't even know if we had dinner that night.
No, we didn't. I think
we went straight to sleep.
We came back. I think I got room service.
Oh,
I
yeah.
got that curry.
Okay,
And
so
you guys, I
next
think,
day
passed out.
we did.
Yeah, we were trying to figure out what to order, and I was like, I think we just throw in the towel on this one. Wake up
It
hungry.
was like finely chopped eel. We weren't feeling it on the room service menu, so we went to bed.
And I think that was
day
the first
3.
morning we woke up and the sun was out, and it wasn't 3 a.m. in the morning. And
Oh yeah, the first couple days we were waking up at like 3:30 in the morning and couldn't really go back to sleep. But I think like we've been on such a high that the tiredness wasn't really kicking in that much.
Jet lag is real though.
Yeah, and we're like half a day ahead
Yeah.
of LA.
16 hours ahead
what
of
day
LA.
is it right now?
It is
Thursday
It's Thursday for us. It is Wednesday night
for them.
for them.
Okay,
Yes,
was day
correct.
3
I was
game
like,
1?
Now I'm questioning myself.
Huh?
Day 3 was
Okay,
game 1.
game day, baby.
Oh man,
We were so excited.
we just woke up with so much energy.
We're like, it's the game day.
But that was the morning that we went to the Samurai.
Oh my gosh, guys. Adam just had a couple
Adam does
things he
need to
wanted
talk
to
about
do.
this.
And one of them was the Samurai show. And that was so much
We
fun.
kept asking him, so like, what is it? And he goes, I don't know. I kept just being told you just have to see it.
It was
Adam-
so cool. And we
And
were
we
amongst.
did just have to see it.
We did,
did.
and
Lots of
Tell us
Man.
about this robot samurai show.
No, we got
Adam.
the recommendation from Frank, our boss, and and he's just like, it's undescribable. Just go and see it, and we did, and it
It's
was
an incredible depiction of it.
it was just, it's like walking into like a rainbow that exploded dream. Like it just it's wild in there, but it was great.
It really is undescribable.
it was.
It's a full-blown
We
experience.
just were taking it all in. It was so much fun. We
So
were
fun.
with a lot of Dodger fans. They
We
were
were.
pointed out the couple Cubs fans as well.
Yeah,
Adam
it
like,
was
we do
really,
exist.
really fun.
It was really cool.
I was like pretty pretty buzzed by 11:30
Yeah, you
a.m.
get
and
like 2 drink tickets. So.
I was here for it. It was at that moment I looked at everyone else and I was like, I'm only following Adam for now on because he let us here and this is phenomenal. It was so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Also, that may be the second or third happiest I've ever seen Adam.
Oh,
the first
yeah.
will always still be the free Star Wars swag in the basement of our office before that was given away to charity.
I mean,
The second was him with a light stick just jamming
Yeah.
at this samurai
Well,
show.
we were like, if they're gonna call someone on stage, we have to be it. So
know. We were
Melissa and I
hoping.
were locked in, like, just so here for it. But
Well,
no.
and the girls were like, they made eye contact with you a few times.
they loved us.
yeah, I thought they might bring us up on stage.
I
But
was
no,
really
it was so
hoping.
cool. But the grin on his face at the Tokyo Dome, I have a picture
Okay, that too.
that no one will ever see because I'm going to have to put a heart over his face. But that smile,
Yeah.
Y'all, we were in the
Really
Cubs
sweet
family
Adam.
section, and so Adam was living his best life with some of the folks around us.
he had to actually like hold me down because I wanted to get up and cheer and get rowdy, but like that's not how they are there. It's really hard not to.
Well, talk about the full experience of the game. I mean,
Well,
unless you want to
okay.
go through the rest of the day, but
Okay, yeah.
Go from
So
beginning to-
the previous to the game, we did some more things. We ate some more good food because I'm here.
Mhm. Oh, we
And then-
crawled up some stairs, and you never know what door you're gonna
Oh gosh, yes, we had a beautiful
walk
lunch.
into.
Yeah.
Like you walk down an alley and you think it's nothing, and then all of a sudden there's a really nice restaurant, and we're
You get pulled in.
tiptoeing upstairs, and we're in this little room, but it was so cool, and they had baseball on.
Yeah.
They had baseball.
So we were watching all the
on.
pregame stuff while eating a delicious meal.
Yeah.
And just so excited to be going back to the hotel to get ready for
great
the game.
dumplings, great veggies, great plum wine.
Mm-hmm.
And then we came back and got ready. Game 1, baby.
Yeah.
Again, so happy walking amongst all the Dodger fans. A little decoy type
Oh my
dog,
gosh. I was
all
like
dressed up.
convinced it was him.
And just walking into the Tokyo Dome was
I was like, wait,
amazing.
is it T?
You're like, decoy came with all this way, of course.
And then someone next to me who I think is someone from here, they're like, decoy? And I looked at him and I was like, is that decoy? And he was like, no. And I'm like, okay. Because I was like so ready to have a decoy moment. So cute.
But guys, walking
Even
in was
Ohtani's
amazing.
dog
And
has
then
a
you're like,
impersonator.
I know. That's insane.
That's
Check-
the kind of
checks
dog
out.
you should get.
Checks out.
Okay. Can I also name it Decoy?
I hope.
Deco Pin, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but walking into the Tokyo Dome,
Mm-hmm.
getting ready to see our boys, I was in awe.
Yeah.
Really. Like, again, I feel a little undescribable. We were all so happy to just like go straight and to see the field, the clean stadium.
Yeah.
I now understood why in that morning we looked outside and the line for the Tokyo Series merch store was
Out the friggin' door.
insane, but
Yeah.
I realized they don't sell merch at the stadium.
Well, they do, but it's not it wasn't for our game. They sell the Giants.
Well, yeah, but
stuff
yeah, they don't
Yeah,
have
but
the Dodger.
I wanted to
Yeah.
get a hat, and we
I
searched
know.
for somewhere to buy a hat, and there was none.
There
Yeah.
wasn't any.
I
We
wish
tried.
I wish I knew that.
I know.
I wouldn't have waited in that line, but
I know.
might have tried a couple days ago.
Yeah, walking in, because I was sitting separate. I was in the outfield, which was really cool to kind of get that experience as well.
Because you were around Dodger fans.
Yeah, I was around a lot of Dodger fans. But I remember just being kind of silent to myself until I sat in my seat and like, you walk into like Dodger Stadium, right? It's like second home. You walk in and like, I'll be honest, like it gives me such a rush and I'm so happy and it's just my happy place and I'm running around and I'm like, here it's like I was very like stoic and like just kind of taking it in. And they were like, come sit with us for a little before you go. And like I did, but I was just like, I just need to be in my chair and like see it. And I need to just take this in. And yeah, it was beautiful. It was so touching.
Yeah.
We got
We had incredible
food.
seats, which shout out, thank you, like Rick.
yeah, thank you,
Sutcliffe.
Rick Sutcliffe and Frank, and
Yeah, and-
making that all happen. It was
That was
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It was the most
was.
incredible
Red Baron.
gift. It's the most incredible gift that beyond just this trip, but like those seats and getting to, go to that
Yeah.
game. I don't know if I've ever sat so close. So I was definitely living on a little high. And also just that dome is awesome. I can't wait to go back and see another game there just on a separate trip that I'll come back. I got to bring Nick or he'll disown me. He's very jealous to not be here right now. But I don't feel like there's a bad seat in that stadium.
Yeah.
Just with the way it's designed
Yeah.
and built out. We walked around and just kind of got to see it from a lot of different angles. And it was really cool. Adam can talk about even that to when he went and
Yeah, he's so
sat in your
sweet.
seat
He
for a
like switched with
moment.
us. He wanted me to be able to soak in the game a little bit with the girls, and which was so nice.
And even being in the Cubs family section was fun.
Yeah.
He's great.
We sat behind whose family?
Suzuki.
I'm not sure.
Saya?
It was maybe Seiya Suzuki's family.
Maybe.
And they were lovely,
Maybe.
and she was telling us where to go shopping, and the little girl loved Adam.
Yeah.
Adam shook hands with Derek Lee, and
Gary Wood. Yeah.
Kurt Busch was on the end of our aisle.
he was geeking out over that.
I had a wonderful conversation with this woman, Kate or Katie. Oh gosh, I'm gonna butcher that. But one of the Cubs bullpen coach's wives. We had just a really
saw Court
lovely
with a K.
conversation. We did. We saw her
Just from afar.
just a moment away.
Which that's really cool too that Justin Turner was able to be
Yeah.
I
here.
know.
I mean, whatever. He's on the different team, but he's just such a staple and so special to Dodger fans.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, he'll be beloved with us
Always.
And even last night, he came up in the ninth and to pinch hit, and there was a little part of me that was like, well, I don't want the game to end on you, and he walked, and then the next guy, we got him out and the game ended, and little part of me will always, I think, be like, well, I don't want you to do bad. Let the next guy do bad that I don't care as much about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we sat in our seats and
Mm-hmm.
just watched things.
Yeah.
We got there pretty early. We saw CC Sabathia.
Yeah.
Like, who else did we
Billie
see
Jean
just
King?
there? Billie Jean
Jean
King,
King,
Bill
yeah.
Murray.
Yeah. We got food. We got before we went and sat in our seats to just like take it all an experience, we got some katsu sandwiches, which by the way, we had 2 katsu sandwiches and it was like $12 and I was like, I'm sorry, what?
I know.
Yeah.
One katsu sandwich at Dodger Stadium is like $100. That's exaggerated.
The girls are wearing kegs on their backs.
They are so
walking
strong.
up and down the aisles.
They're so cute.
So cute. They had cheerleaders. Loved that.
Yeah. Which that's kind of a dream of mine. I really want to start a Dodger cheerleading team. Like we need them. We
got a
girls.
lot of things on our plate right now.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
But
Add
the
to the list.
beginning of the game and the opening ceremony was so beautiful. I think we all just kind of sat in silence, just taking it all in. The respect.
Yeah.
The moment where the camera is purely just on Shohei and just watching him experience this with his team and just, to be as famous as he is was so
Which
cool.
I know online a lot of people really took in the like Pokemon aspect of it, which I'm sure was cool. But being there, that was so cool. But it was like so overpowered by the
beautiful-
the national
Yes.
anthems.
Yes.
And it's like I'm so glad that they had people from their
Yeah.
culture coming and doing the national anthems and like
the beautiful pianist.
Oh my
playing the
gosh,
national
that was
anthem.
gorgeous.
That was amazing. The lights went
Yeah, the
the
down.
light shows.
They had the players come out one by one. I mean, all eyes on Shohei. It really
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
And Yamamoto pitching.
Well, and also one of the things, so I had some friends, Nick texted me and another one of my friends was like, how was it? Like, what was the crowd difference that you experienced? And that to me, I think is what stood out
Yeah,
the most
silence.
is even upon arrival, like we got there an hour early and maybe it's because, we're only playing 2 games here and, at Dodger Stadium, we get a lot more. I don't know, but everyone was there early and so many people had gotten their food and they were in their seats and they were there and they were ready to go. they weren't like up and bopping around and doing things. They
Such
were,
a different experience than Dodger Stadium, right?
Calm
When
down.
you guys show up
Calm
in
down.
the 5th inning.
I do not show up in the 5th inning. Thank
The
you very
rally
much.
towels taped to
Yes.
each chair.
We get little thingies for our wrists that lit up, but I just loved that even in that, like you're going to a baseball game, like it's a sporting event, like it's a fun, it's not a business meeting, but yet they're there, they're punctual, they're in their seats, they're ready to go, they're very like stoic and like ready to watch this game with like the same intent that they do with everything else. And then you get to the actual game time and we're like, wait, so like do people stand up? Do we cheer? And it's like,
I know.
No.
It was really hard not to.
Yeah.
And then Shohei comes up and that experience,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah,
it was dead silent.
I have never heard a stadium more quiet in my entire life. You could hear a pin drop.
a pin
You
drop.
really,
Like,
really could.
I was,
And I was just
in.
like-
You guys were
I'm getting
pretty.
chills even thinking
I know
about
you
it.
guys were pretty close because
Mhm.
being in the outfield to hear the snap of the glove on a pitch with the ball, like it was just it gave me chills from like head to toe.
Mm-hmm.
I've never experienced that. Like it was insane.
Think about that from his perspective, though. That is so much pressure that everyone stops and is silent watching what you're going to do.
I think he talked about it.
He did. And
Yeah.
he did say he had to reset himself a little bit. But what a moment. What a start to the season. A start to our Dodgers playing their opening game and us being there watching this happen. Oh,
Yeah. Well, and it's interesting, like everyone got that silent moment. Like it's like everyone's, and it's never like crazy loud screaming in there, but you hear obviously like people are talking, everyone's excited, people are cheering, and then every batter that gets up, it goes silent for those few brief moments. But it was
That
even more
first
extreme
one,
for
yeah.
Shohei.
It's
Like,
a really-
Shohei's
yes.
was like double the silence. Everybody else was like silent.
How lucky
also-
we
The
are.
only
I know.
noises you heard were like Americans chanting.
but it also was the first at bat.
Yeah,
of the
that-
season.
yeah.
So there was, it was such a moment.
Yeah.
It was.
In
And I got
his
it on camera. God
home
bless.
country, just there was so much surrounding it.
Mhm.
And I'm just so
Grateful.
grateful and felt
Yeah.
so lucky to be there for it.
Same.
That was so cool. But how I would describe the crowd would be, just a more respectful fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no booing.
But I also wanted to
or-
be respectful that we were in the Cubs family
I
section.
know.
Yes, we were Dodger
Same.
fans, and there were some
We had
spread
a few.
out.
We had some high fives with a handful of.
And we had our
folks.
fun and cheered for our boys, but not as much as I would at Dodger Stadium.
Yeah. She had to,
Adam
we
actually
had
was like
to- we
holding
had-
my leg
We had
down.
to tame her down a little bit. And we're like, it's okay. It's okay.
That's so funny.
But we watched Yamamoto.
He pitched great.
He did.
It was really, really cool to see him pitch super well. Obviously, Shohei get that first hit.
Even just watching our boys and just thinking of their experience in that game, their at bat, and what are they gonna do? And
Yeah.
I know.
Just
And they're world
everything.
champions.
Yeah.
And they're coming back to defend a title.
Mhm.
And yeah, there's a lot of pressure on them, I'm sure, to, execute it right. But how lucky we are that that's our team that we get to watch, and it's like people were there early because it's like they don't get to, that's not their home game. Like that's not,
Yeah.
it was a Cubs home game technically.
Yeah.
And Shota was pitching for the Cubs.
Mm-hmm.
He came out in what, the third inning? Adam?
This
I
is
think he
third or
pitched
fourth?
4,
Fourth.
but I mean, they were always going to pull him after about 7.
And the
pitches
Cubs
anyway.
got it. They were heating up 1st.
Mhm.
We didn't start heating up until a little bit later.
It was the 5th inning when we
But-
scored 3 runs.
As usual, once we catch that momentum, the guys just keep rallying behind each other, and it's one after the other. We saw a lot of patient at bats from Muncie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a lot of walks.
A
Which
lot
we
of
love.
walks.
And then it was actually Shohei scored the first run and got the first hit because the dudes in front of him actually walked and got on base. And so,
Another
Pass the
year
baton.
of passing the baton, unselfish at bats.
Mhm.
Yeah, love it, love it. A great start to our season.
yeah, team mentality aspect for sure. And And then yesterday, we got to see Roki pitch.
Oh, that was so cool.
Sweet man. He's
so cute.
He's got a mean slider and fastball, which was fun to
I
see.
feel like it took him a little.
Yeah, it took him a little.
He had a lot
find
of
his groove.
He had a lot of balls yesterday, but he went 4 innings, which I would say, and he didn't give up any. Did he give up 1 run or no? I can't remember if one of the runs was with him.
I don't remember either.
This
I
was
think-
all
yes.
during the 5 drink tickets.
I think he did.
And talking
and
to some
talking
wonderful,
to wonderful fans. No, totally.
So the only parts of the game I missed were with that distraction, which is a welcome distraction. We
yeah.
got to talk to this wonderful family and her daughter Alex, who just love her. She's gonna work in baseball for sure.
yeah, we're
yeah.
gonna make
She's
that
destined
happen.
for big.
But also the
Great
son is maybe a future pitcher.
You know,
Mhm.
So we'll keep in touch with them.
you
I
have
know.
to tell them the Banda story. And
I know. Yeah, they related
tell
to
them to not
the,
give up hope.
the
Mhm.
Banda story.
Mm-hmm.
Banda or Bonda?
Banda.
Banda.
Bonda.
Yeah, Anthony Banda.
He said that going to the Pokemon store was like one of his favorite experiences of his life.
Really?
awesome.
Yeah.
That's really
That's cool.
awesome.
But the whole game was amazing. And then we went to the Pantone watch party for game 2. And I know that he received a lot of slack, and I don't know exactly what that experience was for the Dodger fans, but we did see him and he was feeling really bad. And
Yeah. No, it weighed on him.
it
Yeah,
really
he-
did.
he
It
looked-
really did.
Yeah, he looked
He was
rattled.
torn up about it.
Yeah.
And, as a business owner, I think there's a lot of things that people might not understand.
Yeah.
So hopefully he'll come on and we can talk to him about it.
And hear about his journey. I mean, he's been doing this for 15 plus years.
But we had a great experience at the
Yeah.
watch party for game 2. We had a delicious sushi dinner right before
Oh, that was so good.
and then watched the game with a bunch of Dodger fans. It was awesome. Even Adam had a great time.
Yeah.
The sole Cubs fan.
He great time is being challenged with his facial expressions right over there. The game didn't quite go his way, and he was trying to buy a bunch of Dodger fans. But there was a few other things that he did enjoy.
His what are they called? Screwdrivers?
He had a lot of screwdrivers and a
Yeah.
few shots
Yeah.
from a very pretty lady.
That's so good.
And another win for our boys.
Woohoo! 6-3. Yeah, Roki pitched really well, minus a ton of balls, but I think he getting his sea legs under him. I mean, this is his first major league start, and in his home country.
Mhm.
I
much
can
pressure.
only imagine how he was feeling out there. And so, yeah, he had a lot of balls, but he didn't give up a ton of runs. Kept the game in check, and he's got some mean pitches. I'm excited to see what that kid is gonna do and can do.
I know.
And what a cool experience for him to also get in this. Yes, we talked so much about Shohei, and it really is the city obviously adores Shohei, and so does our city
I
and
know.
everyone watching baseball. And actually, even the lady I sat next to, the bullpen coach's wife, she was saying how even her husband, who's been in this game for 30 years, and when you work in this game, you see great players all the time. And she even said that he'll talk about he's different. Ohtani is different. He's nothing like you've ever seen before. And to watch him take BP, you're just what in the world is this? And so we obviously for right reason, everyone makes a big deal about Shohei, but I just think of Roki and Yamamoto, and just them getting this experience too.
Mhm.
And what an honor that has to be for them.
Absolutely.
To get to start both of these games.
Totally.
And we got a Kike homer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did.
I was going to say, being out in the outfield, I noticed, and I don't know if Rojas does this always, but I saw him all of a sudden. I see this player running, because it was still when the Pokemon were there and everyone was kind of quieting down before the start. And he went out there and he sat and he prayed and he stretched and he kind of had a moment for himself. And I don't know if maybe that's the culture of Shohei and the discipline that's maybe rubbing off on some of the other guys, but I just kind of sat and watched him get into the zone and then went back with his team and the game started. And I thought that was just so cool.
That's awesome.
That's That's beautiful. And I
Yeah.
can really sense that with our players. And even with us having this experience, we're really taking in every moment and appreciating it and feeling grateful for it and have so much respect for it and for being here.
Yeah.
And so to have our team start the season this way, I mean, I know we said it already. I'm feeling like it's going to work out again.
Feeling good about it? You want to start making those predictions right now?
World Series champs shirts round 2.
2025.
Also, Shohei's new walk-up song.
Oh,
And I'm feeling good.
so good.
Dun-dun. Dun-dun.
Oh my
So
gosh.
appropriate.
Yeah.
I was like, well, you've talked about it. You're like, I just enjoy thinking about him listening to this song.
And being like,
That's
oh, is
it.
this it?
But think about every
It's
one of
probably
our
the-
games
it's probably
is
the Miko.
starting that way.
Yeah. Well, it's also probably Miko being like, yeah, babe.
I think it's
That's
Decoy.
your
I
song.
think
Yeah.
the song came on and Decoy got really excited and Shohei was like, that's the song.
Oh my god.
Decoy approves.
Is that how he picks them? Do we know?
He loves that dog
Hopefully
so
we can
much.
find
He
out.
does. Which I just, to your point of what our guys are going to take back, I think even like we will take back so much from this experience. And which I know we're so excited to talk about the games, but even so yesterday we started the day with this beautiful traditional tea ceremony.
We were dressed. They did our
I get
hair.
used to that.
Okay, but the amount of things they wrapped around us and how tight it was, I could barely breathe. But we just stood there and got wrapped.
Meanwhile,
our posture
I love
was
it.
perfect.
I love it because I was like, ooh.
And then they're like, let's do your hair. And someone is, pinning our hair back and putting a flower on. And we're
beautiful.
picking a kimono. It was really, really amazing. And then we sat and we learned, how to bow and what it represents and everything so intentional with respect. They talked about the tea ceremony and the theme of ours was once in a lifetime opportunity, harmony amongst the people that you're with, and purifying yourself.
Purity.
So I guess we can all take whatever we want from that. But I felt it was pretty perfect for what we were doing and what we were there to do. And then learning about how to host a tea ceremony and how they turn the cup so that the most beautiful part is facing outward. So your guests are seeing the most beautiful part. Everything is just so mindful and intentional. I loved it. We learned about the bowing and you bow twice. And our amazing host, Wakana, had a great personality.
She was so cute.
Yeah, she was.
She was really cute.
Everyone there was from the U.S. or one from Canada.
Canada.
We had we had a Canada family.
And she took time with us and talked to us, and we told her about the podcast. And of course, she's excited about Shohei.
But
Really
it was
cool.
It was really cool to learn about she asked that question of like, okay, as soon as you walk in, what's the first thing you do? And we're all like, I don't know. And then she mentions like you look to the sign that has the lettering, and then and it's you read the message. Like, what is the message of that moment when you walk into it? And it's all those things that you just mentioned of the this is a once in a lifetime, like this moment, appreciate this once in a lifetime opportunity moment that you have there.
We
and
had like a
harmony and-
1-minute meditation,
Yeah.
and she asked us, what are the things that come to your mind? And we're thinking work and responsibilities and stuff. And it's really letting go of everything and being in the moment and clearing your mind of all of that. And then we made matcha.
And I learned that, and like I make a matcha every morning. So like I have my like routine with that, like how other people make coffee, I make my matcha. And so that was really fun to get to do that in that setting. But learning that a traditional morning for them it's a 4-hour thing.
Again,
where
they need
make
more
their
hours in the
tea.
day.
And I'm just sitting there being like, I'm happy to have my 20 minutes to do this process, but I'm like, I need to take away some of the like getting rid of some of the things in the day that actually aren't as needed as much, and really learning that mindfulness and that present.
Yeah, first you take the sweets and you have the bite, and then you make the matcha. That was really a great experience.
They like cleansed everything, and then you make the matcha and everything. Yeah, it's not like, which I feel like is our brains constantly. It's very like
a lot to take back into our daily lives.
Yeah. But it makes me understand like Shohei and
It really
Roki and
does.
them so much more.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I get it. I
They
get it.
Yep. It really
Yeah.
is different.
So that was cool. And then we ended up doing some other shopping, and that's where you know, like we ended up in this area that, fun fact, the tea ceremony just happened to be in the area that the night before the family that we were talking with
At
told
the
us to
game.
go shopping at.
Yeah.
It was perfect.
So just,
The first shopping was more of like a mall type shopping.
yeah.
And there were some pieces that, you know, you get excited and you're like, everything here is so cool. But it's like,
Yeah.
oh, no, you could get that in the States, or you can get that vibe.
We
and
were
like,
really, really making
Yeah.
sure that we were
not going to
wanting to bring back things that were not something that we could buy in the
Yeah.
States.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you checking me on that a couple
'cause
times.
it
And
was
you could get that in Venice.
Well, because true. It's like, I just didn't want to come back and then be like, wait, like no one, I wanted people to see it and be like, wow, that's a piece that you got in Japan.
Yeah, I got
and-
myself a little sake set.
Yeah.
Got a lot of souvenirs and picked out a couple really cool pieces for myself that I'm excited about. I
Yeah.
wanted to find something for my sister and her new studio, and it
And
just
you did it.
was
happened
perfect.
organically.
And I
Yeah.
found these pants, and all of a sudden Jacqueline is like, there's butterflies on them. And that is something that, you know, my family, that's representative of my Nana and my Nini. So it just really another trip of, you know, synchronicities that is now just like coming forward from last season. And what a year this has been. A true life-changing year for me.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah. And then we did see kimonos finally.
Yeah.
And I think we really wanted to buy them, but then there's just so much. But we made sure and asked Wakana if it was something that honored them or if it wasn't. And they were like, oh my gosh, it would make us so happy to see people wearing our kimonos and living in our culture. And that is another thing. It's like, it's not selfish. It's not mine. It's like they want the world to feel the connection of what they feel. And I think that that's really, really beautiful.
Yeah, we weren't sure if we would be offending them if we were wearing that. So I was really glad that she gave us that answer and was like, oh my gosh, we would be honored.
Yeah.
It was really sweet.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, great. Because, like, you know,
Really
love
one.
this, but we didn't want to, you know, you don't want to do anything that's going to offend people or not be respectful of someone else's culture. I think, especially when they are so respectful to you and even learning about how, like, you know, that's why they bow so much. It's a sign of like respect. It's essentially a thank you and a gratefulness for you being here in this moment. And
Yeah.
and she asked if like our cultures bow. We're like, definitely not. Like,
You're lucky if you get a smile.
I know. But she even said like sometimes she'll be on the phone and finds herself bowing.
she's like
on the
bowing
phone.
on the phone. You can't even see her. And I was like, I love that.
She was awesome.
Yeah.
And then you actually found a really cool like Dodger blue denim kimono vibe.
Yeah.
Jacket,
Yeah.
which you will all see. It's really cool.
It
We'll
is
be
really
rocking
cool.
it. And some really cool pants.
I got some cool pants.
Something for your mama.
Yeah, I can't wait to see her in that. She's gonna look great. Yeah.
And now
And
we're
then Adam even got his jacket, which unfortunately probably we'll never see, but
well,
it's pretty cool.
We can show them his jacket just
Yeah.
without his face.
Put a heart over his face.
Oh wait, but can we just talk about one of our fans from Japan we met who, oh my gosh,
Oh gosh,
so
yes.
so happy to meet him. He came and found us. One, he said that it was like a dream come true to meet us, which I can't even wrap my head around that. But also he had been our podcast was helping him learn English.
Yeah.
It makes me so
I
happy.
know.
I have no words. Like that was to hear that from someone, that's amazing.
I know.
And he gifted us these amazing photos. Do you
Really
wanna
cool photos
grab
of
them real
Shohei.
quick?
Yeah.
Or-
Do you want to hand me that really quick?
Mine's in the room. But I love that he learned the word anywho. And I'm like, I can't tell you how many times I've said the word anywho.
I know. Melissa was like, I don't know if I've ever said that. And I was like,
know.
No,
well,
it was me saying
Oh,
it
right here.
probably 12
But he took these amazing
thousand times.
photos and gave them to us. And he does the
Yeah.
Bleed Los podcast in
Yeah.
Japan.
Oh.
And hopefully he'll come
Yeah.
to LA and come on the podcast. But
Got to come visit the States.
it was really cool to meet him
yeah.
He was really, really
and
sweet.
to hear that, you know, people are finding our podcast here.
I know.
And that's really amazing.
And like, honestly, even for me, like when he came up, it's like, I wasn't assuming he knew who I was.
He knew all of our names.
And I was like, hi, I'm Jackie. He's like, I know. And I was like, wow, you're
But again, so
cute.
intentional.
Yeah.
Here, Melissa. Here, Jacqueline. Here, Allie. Like,
Yeah.
handed it to us. Really, that was a great moment.
Yeah. And these are so
Incredibly
cool. They
sweet
remind me
soul.
of the old school pictures.
You
that
ran
used
into
to get
Kayla
signed.
quickly?
Yeah. Yeah, as we were leaving the game.
Maybe he'll sign them.
And headed out, Kayla came walking by with some of the other Dodger wives, and so it was really sweet to get to see her.
I know,
and
I'm
give
bummed
her
I
a little
missed
hug
her.
and say hi. She said to make sure to tell you hello. We miss Molly,
Mm-hmm.
but excited for Gavin on the Reds and all
Definitely.
that he's gonna do. But yeah, so it was really cool to see Kayla, and then just soak every last minute in that stadium, and
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah.
And we're wrapping up our trip. We
Yeah.
leave tomorrow.
I know.
Wow.
It's crazy that it's, coming to an end.
Mm-hmm.
I know. And the boys go back to spring training.
Which, can we talk about how weird that has got
Yeah.
to be for you go from spring training where the games like they're important to get you up to speed, but they don't mean anything yet. And then you play these 2 games, this 2-game series that is matters to the regular season. And then you go back and you play some exhibition games again, and you're back on that like snap out of it. Like this is, these games technically don't count, but they're still there to like help you. And then you have to get back into, I just can only imagine how they have to shift their mindset in that.
They did it
And
last
also, like,
year.
MLB, why did we do that?
There
but
must be a
low-key, I'm
reason.
okay that they go back and get to adjust when it doesn't
Yeah.
matter and
Yeah,
not jump
definitely.
right into
That's
season.
actually- that's
Definitely.
fair. It's a
And
good
we were
point.
just like a week shy of the cherry blossoms really
I
blooming.
know.
No.
We're
We got a-
just gonna miss them.
we
We got a
little
few
sneak
early
peeks.
bloomers. Yeah.
There's a few that were on trees, which we love.
But what a week it's been.
Yeah.
Rain, snow, hot, cold.
Mm-hmm. We got to see a new pitcher last night.
Mhm.
Jack Dreyer, I think that's how you maybe say his name.
We learned
He
some
pitched for an
Japanese
inning.
words.
We did.
Arigato gozaimasu.
Arigato gozaimasu.
A lot of
lots that.
konnichiwa.
Mm-hmm.
Arigato. Dojaju.
Dozaju.
Ooh, grab those.
Oh,
I'm just collecting all the newsstands.
Mm-hmm.
look how beautiful.
Shohei on the cover of Newsweek.
Yeah.
Shohei's everywhere. We love him.
I know. And
Yeah.
give me the Newsweek one.
Jacqueline did a great job of finding
Yeah.
really cool table art.
And the thing is this isn't the back. This is the front, and they read it from this way
Oh,
back.
Wow, I didn't
this
even realize
is not
that.
the yeah.
Oh my gosh, but that makes sense though, because like
They're the
England,
way
they drive on the
Mhm.
left side of the road and the right side of the car.
Mhm.
And so that makes sense. Then they read
Yeah.
backwards.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Although
But
this one reads forwards, but I wonder if it was because
I got
That's
that at
from
the
the-
game.
that's from
Yeah,
the
I
game.
got that.
that
at
makes
the game.
sense.
Mhm.
Oh,
That was the one thing Dodgers they did sell at the Giants, the Tokyo Giants merch
Oh, okay.
store.
this
Okay.
is
So I had to
cool.
just grab it.
so
This
cool.
is so cool.
Well, this has been an amazing week.
Yeah.
Truly one of the best weeks of my life.
Yeah.
The experience, the baseball games, getting to do this with you guys has truly been incredible. And now we head back to LA tomorrow and we'll be back at our home of Dodger Stadium for the rest of the 2025 season. I can't wait.
I can't wait. This was the perfect kickoff.
Mm-hmm.
The way that it ended last year, the way that it started this year, we're just setting it up for success.
Let's go Dodgers.
It's a remarkable trip. Never forget it. Glad to be on this journey with you guys. They're boys in Japan and going back, and let's win another World Series.
Yeah, baby. Special thank you to all of our fans, the people following along this journey with us, supporting us. We would not be here without you. We appreciate you so much. And a very special thank you to Frank Marshall, Rick Sutcliffe, our family at Legends Attic.
Yeah. Eddie and the gang.
We missed
Oral.
you guys.
We'll see you soon.
Yes. Thank you guys so much. Truly means the world to us. So
Yeah.
Love you guys. Go Dodgers.
Go Dodgers.
go Dodgers.
Gombare Dojaju.
Gonbare Dejaju.